Well, go on again, my recap family. So I'm there again with another recap phone now. While me up on the move, of course. But you know the work never stops. Now, this recap right here, so is one what I consider to be a true testimony. And the reason why I say that, it's because this shows just how powerful God is. See? Because this brother here was share. The man a talk about how God literally saved him life while on the way to commit a robbery. Seeing? People, it's extremely interesting how the powers of God really work. The man explains him lick head with a group of friends will influence him to accompany them to go up on a robbery. And while on the way to the robbery, God intervened. Family, may I go allow you to listen to it for yourself so you can get a full understanding of what was shared. Check this one out.
First thing I have to say this, you see once you're involved into a thing and you're willing, you decide to change, you can change. Sometimes I heard people say when you're involved in that, you cannot change. Once you decide and choose that you need a change in your life, you can be changed.
I agree.
You know, my experience that I've been through from the age of 9, leave my grandmother at the age of 9, want to God my own. I did not know that I would be right here, still alive today. So, what I'm saying is I'm sharing this testimony and for somebody to realize no matter what the struggling is, you still have to give God thanks. You know, I usually involve born and grow in cassava piece, that way I'm born and grow. And my mother did not have it as well, so my grandmother take me away from my mother because my mother couldn't afford to help us. And I've been there with my grandmother at the age of 9. I realized not going to school, trust me, hard. My grandmother couldn't afford it for us to go to school. Did not have any birth paper. I just got my birth paper last year. Did not have any. I did have some friends, bigger guys than me in that same community. And I remember they always want to influence me to do what they're doing. They're involved in gang. And they always want me to par with them. And I remember one night I decided to go where them are. It was a party them was going, and I decided that I'm going to par with them for the night. But I was there, I began to start to smoking. And when I start to smoke, they're trying to influence me more. And I was asleep at my grandmother's house that night. The following morning I went in. When I went in, she planned to beat me. And I decided to come out. When I decided to come out, I went downtown. I was downtown sleeping in Coronation Market till one day when I went back in.
But before you continue, how old were you at this time? What age were you?
Age 9.
Alright, so at 9, you basically admit that you were a bit unruly.
Yeah, I was unruly at that time.
Right, so you did a hangout with some influential youths in the community were older than you,
yeah,
and a go party and thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, continue. So you come back home and then
when I come back home, did not go into my grandmother house. Same way I was sparring with the guys, them bigger guys. I was sleeping there. Tonight I sleep at that one house. The following night I sleep at somebody else's house. And my grandmother just keep reporting me missing. And I'm still not going over. Sometimes people see me and say, grandmother, I look for you. And was there, went to home 1 week, go home 1 week, I spend the week with her there. And by a quint, I leave again and I gone back on my own again. Still sleeping on the street. Was there now at the age of 13. It was 13 at that time. I reached 13 when my same friend them, decide that I'm going to spar with them the night they was going on a robbery. And they asked if I want to come with them. I said, yeah, man, we'll come, man. Anything or anything. And I went. I went with them. And when I went to was on Constance, we were going on a robbery. And I remember the CD was in the car at that night. It was a Saturday night. And while I was there, the CD was in the car. I heard a voice that said, we need to put the radio on a gospel station to listen to some gospel. I was like, none of us in the car is not a Christian. First thing, at the age of 9, I tell my grandma, I said, my mom, she and I God. So I never know where this is coming from. Anyway, changing the radio station, we woke up on a gospel station, Love 101. And the speaker was saying somebody was about to go on a robbery, and God said, in the name of Jesus shall comfort. If you're not comfort, you're going to die. And when he done it, he showed a prayer line number and said, if you don't know yourself, call me. Guys, at that time, people, I did have 3 phones. But I remember when I the 3 of them was thieving phone. I remember when I take out the first phone to call the number, the phone lock. I take out the second phone, the phone lock. The third phone I take out, it was a razor open.
Let me stop you there for a minute. People want to know pay attention to his honesty, you know. You don't notice the way how he must share and he must share everything honestly. You hear what him say a while ago, even though it might fly over somehow on the head. Him say at that time him have 3 phone. And the 3 phone where him have was thieving phone. Means him did out there thief from people. Him there coronation market asleep. And him a go out there and him a thief to survive. More want to pay attention to how honesty is being right now, and him now hold back nothing. Continue, my brother.
Yeah, and when I take out the third one and the open, that is a razor open. I remember I dialed the number, even though my friend them was taking the phone, we don't need any prayer, and we're going to turn back. Something was still pumping me that you needed prayer. And I call the number, and when I call the number, person answered, I say, Minister, just heard you a while ago, and one thing I'm asking you for you to just pray that God will protect us to come off the robbery safe. And the man look at us and say, I'm not praying for God protect you. I'm praying for God kill you if you don't decide to change. And in my heart, like, serious. So anyway, I did it and I said, go ahead and pray. When him finished pray, him said we need to turn back. We did not turn back. We had up our heart. Continue on the journey. When I reached Mona Square, people, I heard a voice say, I need to turn back. Yes, sir. I did not know that the plan at that time, but a voice said, turn back. I obeyed that voice and I said, come back, we turn back. Everybody was like, we reached too far to turn back, but it was a reason. It was a plan that God did actually have that we did not realize. You know, back then they usually have police at night waiting on vehicle to make U-turn. I remember some police was there right to spot to make the U-turn. One of them walk out in the road, people, and start to stop us. And when they walk out in the road, I say, look here, we are going to try because I now did that nobody said me never try. But Bridget, none of us never get a chance. My friend that decided him going to make the mistake and not do nothing, him freeze. He could not do anything. Him freeze. Couldn't do nothing. The police them drive us down from Mona Square to Kansas Road right in front of CVM there. And I'm telling you guys, they call for backup. They call for backup from Kansas Spring Police Station and where they're coming from. I think it was Alpha Street police station as well. And they shoot up a car right in front of CVM and Kansas Spring Road. 7 of us, 4 dead on spot, 3 of us alive. 2 is overseas now, who is a pastor. And I got shot up at that time. Went to Kingston Public Hospital, people. And the doctor down there pronounced me dead.
How much shot you get? How much shot you get?
I got 2 shots. I got one in my back, one in my foot.
Mm-hmm.
Cause when I actually came out of the car to try escape, I have a church right there. I did not realize that I got shot. I run over the church that right beside CM Robot Gospel Assembly. When I run over the church, some young man was playing domino. And one of them began to run because you know one shot start for everybody I go run.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them run an elan for me and him start say, him get shot, come back we get him to the hospital. People, they carry me to the gate that where the police them was processing. And the police them drive out the whole of New Kingston and after tree just for me to bleed out. And when they feel like me dead, them carry me down Kingston Public Hospital, guys. And trust me, when I was there, I just don't know what else to do. My grandmother come look for me. She have to turn back because she hears say, that's it. She hears say, I'm not going to make it. She carry back everything that she carry come give me people. I was there, and I remember I saw somebody just point on me. If you're not dead, you need to give God a chance. And when I look, I saw nobody around me, but I was on the police yard there. And I remember I was there, and all of a sudden I began to find myself start lift man and praise, and a doctor came to me and said, young man, may I give you a warning, if you're not dead, you need to give God a chance in your life. That doctor that was looking out for me. And people, I leave from Kingston Public Hospital to Famatory School, and I'm still alive. They transferred me at the age of 17 to Spanish Town, locked up
All right,
people.
hold on,
I
hold
came
on.
up.
So wait there. You move a little bit too fast. Hold on.
Uh,
So you when them shoot you up, when you were going on this robbery with your friend them, did you actually have a gun in your possession?
yeah, all of us have a gun at that time in the position.
Right. So you had a gun on you at the time. So
At the time.
right. So you get shot up. So were you shooting back at the police or what?
No, I did not get that chance. I did not get the chance that I just began to try and find escape route
All
to
right.
just try to escape.
And let's remind the viewers, you were 13 at that time, right?
I was 13 at that time.
People want to hear this.
Age
At
13.
at 13, he was going on a robbery. A vice tell him, say, yo, turn round and no bother go on this robbery. Right? Wanna hear how much opportunities him get. Right? Because him turn on the radio and the pastor up on the radio. For some reason, the pastor talk about the person then we are going to go on this robbery. Right? So that was his first warning for turn round. Right? Now,
yeah, that's it.
you get shoot up at age 13. The doctor then pronounce you dead. Right? Turn off the fan or something. The fan make some noise in the background.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
well, Stush Pumpkin, you don't have to wonder how him get access to gun. You know, hear him say him did have some friends who were the ones influencing him to do these things. Remember him said that? All right.
At that time, yeah.
At 13, you get shoot up and you go to hospital. The doctor then pronounce you dead. Now, you bounce back and you come back and them send you go Famatory School for boys, right?
Yeah, Famatory for boys.
And how long were you in Famatory for?
In there until 17.
Now tell us what that was like while you was in Famatory. What was the experience like while you're in Famatory? What you go through?
Well, the experience I have to try to keep back fight because you know you're going there and saw the bigger boys in there. If you not try to manage yourself, they try to bully you. I would use bully. So while they're trying to bully you now, you have to just try to show them so that you are not afraid of them. So anything them do to you, you have to try to do it back same way. And that is keep me. I'm not afraid of them. at that time. That is what I do to just try to keep them away from me at
Mm-hmm.
that time.
So them used to like try to beat you up and stuff like that in a cemetery.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
You mentioned that you had suicidal tendencies. Tell us about that. Like when did that start?
Well, that started for me while I was in cemetery because sometimes I just feel depressed. Like most time I think like nobody care because I always say if my mother was there or my father was there, I would not been into this situation. And sometimes I just feel depressed. I just feel like that city better me just take my life, end my life, and that's it because I feel like I would better off in sense as that.
Mm.
So that is what I always think of. But every day I have to say thank God for Jesus.
All right. So you
I
thought
don't,
about it, but you never ever attempt to take your life at
no,
any point.
well, the time that I attempt, it was late. I make an attempt to do it, but I think this was in 2018 recently, and I got help. I got help for that.
All right. We still get to that part
But
then. We still go to that part
okay,
then. All right. So you went to Cemetery. You was there from
yeah,
age 13 to age
yeah,
17. Now after age
17,
17, right? Now obviously
yeah,
you go Cemetery because them catch you with guns. So obviously you're not gonna just come out of
yeah. Them
Cemetery and
now,
be free.
yeah,
So that you actually leave from
after,
Cemetery and end up in a prison now.
yeah.
So tell me
End
what
up
go
at
on after
Spanish
that.
Town. Well, when I went at Spanish Town, I went with a different motive because went there and I more went there with a praying spirit. In spite of everything, I went there. I'm just in myself. I just praying, and back then, prison, yeah, people who come to the prison, the prison ministry, and they always come and encourage me, pray with me, and just I did not have any issues with anybody. I just try to just show them love. Those who me go there to see, I just try to show them love. And I have person who come there, look out for me, care stuff for me, even help me for me to come out of the prison.
Mm-hmm. So
So I'll be grateful.
when you say people try
Yeah.
to help you, who were these people who help you to come out?
From a church that I usually attend, Sunday Bible Teachers International, I have actually pastored who usually the prison ministry there. What they did for me, they come whenever I've court attendant, they always be there for me and also assist me with any assistance me need to pay. And they always pray for me. I also have a former church brother who is also a lawyer as well. And he's actually helped me a lot for me to be out of the prison. I'm really grateful. Began to came out 2010.
Mm.
Start to go to that church.
Wait, you say you came out 2010?
Yeah, 2010.
All right. So when you come out after you got freed, right? Um,
Yeah.
did you have family? Where did you go to live after you come out of prison?
I, I make a statement. First, in my time actually should be 2010. My time should be 2022. I should come out. That is time for me to come out.
So next year you would have been you
Yeah,
were
next
supposed
year
to be coming
actually
out
me that
next
be
year.
free. Me that be free, yeah, next year. My time actually due.
Mm.
But I will say God dropped my charges.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I went out. When I went out, I began to start to sleeping. After 3 courts, right at Twingate Plaza. One night I was there sleeping. I was traveling with a knife at the time, because when you're on the street, you have to try protect yourself.
Right.
Um, I was there, and one night I was sleeping, and when I wake up, I saw three bigger guys over me, actually with my same knife as well. They over me and take away my phone, my money. Um, I could not do anything, so I did not see back there. So the following night, I went into Arbitrary Mandela Park. That's where I was there, and I was there for some time, spending some night down there. And while I was there, I saw actually have the same situation. And the same situation down there. I remember it was an early morning. One of my pastor was passing the man because she never wasn't driving at that time. She was passing to go take her bus to go downtown, and she realized some guys was rushing me, and she began to bawl out to them. And that night I did not sleep back there. I just forget about it. I don't know where else to go. And I went to New Kingston. Trust me, coming like everywhere me go, it's the same issue. I was like, God, why me? Why me? New Kingston, a lot of guys, go several of them gang me, beat me, big stone me. And trust me, one of my church sister, she's now overseas. I was explaining to her the situation, and she had me at her house, was sleeping, spending some time there at her house into a guard room that she have. And I was there until she was leaving. So I ended up have to find different source where I have a brethren. One of his daughter is a pastor at the church that I used to
Hold on a
attend.
minute.
Yes, so one of my brethren, he have he have a daughter who's a pastor at my church, and he began to put me up for some time. It wasn't actually film place, but he gave me a catch, and I was there till 2019. I choose to get somewhere
But
to
before you
rent,
got
and
there,
that is all.
before you got there, how were you maintaining yourself during this time? Because you were
Well,
living on the street, you were still boxing about until the past that
yeah.
the church sister put you up. But how were you maintaining yourself?
Well, I was maintaining by begging a lot of time, and sometimes when I went to the church in the morning, they will try to get a hot cup of tea and two crackers. Sometime in the night as well, they will try to give me something for me to get something hot to eat, and that is really what keep me. Sometimes even in the evening when hungry heart, you have an island grill at Twin Gate Plaza. It usually go from 7 in the morning till 4 a.m. the next morning. I have a security brethren usually work there. Sometime in the night I will go there and spend it till 4 o'clock and we get something to eat there. That
Hmm.
is one of my motives as well.
Hmm. All right. A few other viewers not keeping up too well. They want to know how long you actually was in prison for.
I
Not
was I
not
was
family,
there
but prison.
I was there from 17 till age 22.
Okay, so you spent like about
Yeah,
5 years.
yeah, yeah, like 5 years. Did not do long time.
Hmm.
But as I say, should be next year should be coming out.
Hmm.
But because of the help of my no no to let it clear, no I attend an Adventist church. I usually attend Sunday at that time. But
Hmm.
it just recently last year changed to Adventist. Last year October,
Hmm.
be a member of the Adventist.
Hmm. Now, tell me. All right.
Yeah,
So you came out. You came out, and
yeah.
you decide say you're gonna try find somewhere now to fend for
Yeah.
yourself. All right. So tell us what happened after that.
Well, when I came out, I decided to do that and keep on boxing there and there. You know, when you're on the street, you just have to, like, this minute you will sleep this, and the next minute you find somewhere. Food wise, have to beg. And sometimes, even when you're going at the traffic and trying to make people disrespect you a lot of time, and this is a person. Don't like the idea until my fine idea one of my church sister give me a money and I began to start buy some bag juice and a bag of cheese chip and a walk. And when I was walking, I was selling that, and that is what really keep me up until today. Even when I'm doing the mass now, that is what keep me until today, up to today.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I'm a person like this. When I decide that I want a change, and when I came out, I said, God, I don't want to go back in Kasafi because I don't want to end up back in that situation because this time it's going to be worse.
All right, so
And that is what I look.
all right, so Candice, that right there that he just said answers your question. When you say why didn't he go back to look for his grandmother, that right there that he said answered your question. He did not want to go back in Cassava Peace because he felt like that was the place that led him down the wrong road to begin with. All right, so he must say he never want to go back in other community there.
But let it clear one more thing to let that question clear as well. That don't say I did not see my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
See my grandmother even when she was like glad because when I came out 2010 I went to look for her and she died like a month after I came out.
Mm.
Yeah, I came out in September and she died the 14th of October 2010.
Mm.
So I still went just to look for her but not to linger in the community anymore.
Mm. And one thing I want to point out, viewers, if you're listening to how this young man speaks, um, he speaks intelligent enough, but he also admitted to me that he's not well read. All right, him not too fluent in reading and writing because he didn't have the best
Yeah,
education. Right? He told me that he's not too fluent in reading and writing. You know, him not have the best education. So he went through a lot in his younger days. And some of we may say, well, you know, him did bad. But at the end of the day, him got through what him got through and him wise up. Right? And that is
yeah,
what we have to look at. Him got through what him got through. He did what he did. He made some bad choices. He made some bad decisions. He make people influence him. But at the end of the day, him wise up and he started to tread the right path. Right? Now tell us about how you got
yeah.
this place that you're actually staying in now, where oh Jesus, the condition is horrible.
Well, I have a brother who is a police officer. I'm actually glad when I got saved. He's a police officer. I work at Central Police Station downtown. I remember I was telling him that I was talking to him, and he was telling me that he knows somebody that have a room rented. And he took me here in his vehicle while he was on duty. He said, come and he carried me up here to talk to the person. When I came, one of the two, it was telling me that the person said when I could move in and then they fix up the room. And that is how I end up here from 2019 in October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is how I really got here. He actually know the person.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
Um,
when you get the place now, were you comfortable with the condition?
well, I wasn't comfortable because I'm leaking condition. Whenever rain fall, trust me, I'm being like a mess. Even Tuesday after being, I don't sleepy on Tuesday night because rain was continue falling. Many of you might know Bull Bay stay whenever rain fall. And when I came back on Wednesday after being cleaning up because in the house was mess. If you realize I even take some picture of the water was running. I have to set mat on the bed and the ground as well. And wasn't comfortable, but I'm just too. I could have get anywhere better. I just trying to hold it out because I even said to people that I would go to get the money and try to fix it, but everybody has said the landlord are willing to sign piece of paper. So the amount of money that I spend I will leave it out back in rent and say it wouldn't make any sense because at the end of the day we can get notice and rent for more money.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what they was looking at.
Mm. Well, all right. If I know God, then who? You understand? Listen, this brother went through a whole lot. And some people might say, as I said in the actual live stream, some people might say, boy, him the just bad for him a pitney and all of that. But at the end of the day, he has turned his life around, right? He made mistakes. You understand what I say? Him got through what him got through, and now he has given his life to God and is trying to live a better life. And as me say in the live stream too, me like the way how him honest. His honesty, yeah man, me like that about him. See, watch you know, if you want to actually listen to the rest of what was shared, because it never stopped there saying, you can click the link in the description, go on over to the live stream where you can actually listen to everything that was shared. And when you go over there, make sure you hit the subscribe button too and turn on all notifications, because that's how when we go live again, you will be able to listen in live, call in, participate, and be a part of the actual show that we are streaming at the time. See? And if you are watching on Facebook, make sure if you hit that follow button over there right now too, and hit the subscribe button right here on the recap channel as well. See? Watch you know. Until the next Unstoppable recap, stay strong, stay motivated, but most of all, do me a favor, remain unstoppable.
Unstoppable.